Hello, hello, beloveds, and welcome to Soul Sex. I'm Autumn, the Enlightened daughter, and I'm so excited that you're joining me. This is for the sex workers. Whether you're currently a sex worker or you've been a sex worker before, whether that was by your choice or it was something that was forced upon you, right? I am giving a big shout out to everyone in the sex workers, right? I want you to know that you're loved, you're supported, you're seen, you're heard, and you have nothing to be ashamed of. There's a lot of shame, a lot of resentment, a lot of bitterness, a lot of self-worth, lack of self-worth and honor within the sex industries, whether that's being projected onto people or that's a reflection of how people see themselves, right? So, giving a big shout out to sex workers, and I just want to know, I really want you guys to participate in this conversation and let people know how you feel, right? Whether you worked as an escort or a prostitute, if you worked as a stripper, not all strippers have sex. No, I know that for a fact, but they're put under the same umbrella, right? Whether it's justified or not, they're put under the same umbrella. Um, so escorts, prostitutes, and I mean that could mean that like you were on the track or maybe you just had a pimp, whatever that means to you. Um, strippers, who else? I'm like, who else? Hello, those of us that have done porn. If you were a porn star, I'm totally drawing a blank here, I don't know how. But I want to know how you feel, right? I know that when I worked in porn, that it was very liberating and empowering for me, right? I had the option to have sex or not have sex when I chose to. I had the option of like choosing my partners, choosing the days, doing something that I enjoy doing, right? Because I enjoy having sex. It's a lot of fun. It's something that I'm very good at, obviously. Um, and making money while doing it, right? It wasn't my full-time job. It wasn't my full-time career. I was managing restaurants at the time and doing other things, but this was my side hustle, right? I was making movies, I was dancing, and I was having a lot of fun doing it. But it was also something that I was willing to do because I felt so self-empowered, right? And there are women that I've worked with over the years, or counseled or coached or dealt with over the years that have been in sex in the sex field that have not felt empowered, right? I know a lot of prostitutes, and although they're getting good money and they look nice and their hair is done every once in a while, their self-esteem is shot, right? Their self-esteem is shot. They are very aggressive. A lot of them have addictions. They disconnect from their bodies, right? And are look often externally for validation, for justification, for comfort, for love, right? And so whether this is again those that chose this option, right? Because there's a myriad of reasons why you could choose to do that, and those that it was forced upon, right? There's a lot, unfortunately, a lot of women that have gone through sex trafficking, right? Like their lives taken from them, their bodies used as pieces of meat, and they're being treated like garbage or doormats, or worse than that, right? And then some of them have the ability to get out of it. And then from where? From where do you go? Where do you go when you can't trust yourself? You can't trust your body. You don't trust the opposite sex because you've seen how they've used you, knowing what you're going through, knowing your position, right? So these are hard conversations to have. And where do you show up like that in your life? Right? And so are you judging yourself, right? They love to, the quotes like, you can't make a hole into a housewife. And it's like, anyone has the ability to change their life, right? And just because you did a job, I'll say this now, and I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. The job does not make the man or the woman, right? People go through life experiences. Are you better because you were not a sex worker necessarily? No, those experiences made all of those people, all of us, who we are, right? It took us to another level of ourselves. And so many people that are joining me here are on this level where they want more from sex than just the physical aspects. They want to come back into their bodies and, yeah, really feel connected with their spiritual self and their physical self, right? They want to honor every aspect of it. And to be looked at and to be seen and to know that, yeah, they're more than just a fucking walking vagina or a walking mouth or a walking anal hole, right? Like, it's more to me than the pleasure that I can give you in between the sheets, right? It's more to me than that blowjob. There's more to me than back shots, right? So you need to know that and step into your power. So I'm just reaching out to those of you that are in the sex industry and just letting you know, one, you're heard, you're seen, you're loved, you're valued, you're deserving, you're honored, right? And two, like, what does it mean for you, or what did it mean for you to work in the sex industry? Like, was this something that you chose to do? And if so, why? Was this something you were forced to do? Are you still doing it if you are? Or were you able to get out and do something else with your life, and why? Right? There's nothing wrong with porn. And I'll have that conversation another day, right? There's nothing wrong with being sexually liberated. Again, we'll go into that deeper another day, right? There's nothing wrong with these natural sexual desires that we all have. My only issue with the sex industry then, and the sex industry now, is the disempowerment. I will not support you disempowering anyone, woman, man, child, anyone. I'm not going to support that. So if you're in a position where you're showing up in a place and you're being used and abused and mishandled and mistreated and violated and traumatized in the name of love and money and sex, there's a shift that has to be made, right? At no point should a loving relationship make you feel deflated, make you feel worthless, make you feel like your life is in danger, make you feel violated, make you feel less than, right? Sex is a delicious gift given to us by the Most High God. It is the power to create life and to bridge the gap between heaven and earth. Like, literally, your womb, if you're a freaking female watching me, is the bridge between heaven and earth. That's what we got going on down there. You know what I'm saying? Really, really sacred shit. I brought two kids into this world. I be looking at people like, watch how you talk to me. Okay? But understand, like, that is the purpose of sex. It was never meant to be used to harm you. Rape is not a thing in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Like, God didn't create women and be like, you know what, those little bitches down there don't deserve my help or my love or my support. No, that's not how it works. That's the bullshit that we're being told in the world by this patriarchal society, but that's not the real case. The case is you're a goddess, right? If you're born as a female and you're a living God, if you're born as a man and you're here and you're showing up in your power and your strength and your vitality, knowing the divinity, knowing the God within you, and taking back your power and taking back your body and getting reconnected. Sex is powerful and magnetic and orgasmic and ecstatic and it just delicious when you're feeling good, right? You're feeling good, they're feeling good, you guys are high vibrational, you're in the moment. It's supposed to make you feel better. You should not be having sex and feeling depleted and less than, right? And that's just not for sex workers, that's anyone having sex, right? Sex is an energetic exchange. So if you're in the sex industry, you're picking up a lot of those and a lot of those energies, right? So what are you doing to clear those energies off of you after you're done? I know some women that work in brothels, and at the end of the day, they make sure that they're taking their salt baths and they're clearing those energies out because they realize what they've picked up during the day, right? They're doing yoni steams to get those freaking energies out from their womb and from that center so that they're not holding on to energies that are not theirs, right? We all have different techniques. So it's really about what's the best for you, and you should be feeling better about sex. You should be having sex and feeling good afterwards. And I'm not just talking about like the 5 minutes after you're done when you guys are both heavy breathing and somebody lights a cigarette. I'm talking about feeling good afterwards. I know I'm a light worker and I draw in a lot of light energy and I'm exuberant. I'm a freaking walking ray of sunshine out here for people. And I know that, right? I go into a room and I change the vibration. I raise it up. I shine a light in dark places. And it took me a long time to realize that I had to be careful with my energies when it came to sex. I mean, obviously, it took a long time. I was doing porn, but I was picking up people's energies and not letting it go with my partner. So here I go. I'm all light. I'm all love. I get with somebody, right? We're doing our thing, boom, 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 and afterwards, he's all light and love, and I'm like, "Mer, mer, mer," and it's like I've taken their energy on, and they've taken mine, right? So they've taken mine, they depleted me, but they didn't pour into me what I poured into them. So now I'm over here being like, now I got to start over. And I got to go get my cup refilled again from heaven. Now I got to raise my vibration. Like, no, who wants to go through all of that? You should have a partner that's in alignment with you. You guys are vibing. Your vibrations are high. You're having sex. You're manifesting. You're using the magic. You're creating worlds. You're making money. Like, y'all are doing the damn thing. because you're in alignment and you're having amazing sex, right? And that looks different for everyone. That looks different for everyone. Everything is not for everybody. Everybody doesn't need the same techniques, the tricks, and everybody doesn't want that. Some people that want to get their toes sucked, and there's some people that hate feet, and that's okay. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm not sucking on your toes. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. If that's something you want, you need to go find another goddess to deal with. Not because I think there's anything wrong with that, your desire. Like, you can suck on my toes, but I'm not sucking on your toes because I don't want your feet in my mouth. I'm just not a fan of feet like that. It is what it is, right? You figure out your yeses, you figure out your nos, you figure out what you like, you figure out what you don't like. I often give people a quiz when they're dealing with me. I want to see where you're at. I want to see what you've done. I want to see what you're with. I want to see what you're not with. And I want to see the gaps. And I want to see why. I'm going to ask some questions. I want to dive deep. I want you to really get your groove on. And if you're not, I want to know what's up. And from a metaphysical stance, all these issues in the bedroom have a reason, right? Whether you have a dry vagina, or you can't get it up, or you come too quick, or you're feeling shamed about your body because of like different surgeries or illnesses that you have, like all of it, we can dive back and dive deep into it, right? We're going to go back and we're going to go deep. We're not just looking at the surface level. Yes, on the surface, it's easy. I can tell you to put your leg here, put your arm over here, do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around and get it done. Boom, boom, bang. But I want it to be better for you than that. I don't want you just to have great sex for a night. I want you to have a great sex for your life. For your life. That is my goal. Anyway, shout out to the sex workers. Please, please, please comment down below and let me know what's up. I really want to dive deep into this energy with you. I think it's an honest, open conversation that people need to have. And with all the fascination and all the money in porn and in the sex industry, we need to figure out why it's so taboo and why people are freaking out. Right? Anyway, I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. And I'll see you guys soon. Later.